Mama's cocktail hour, so pour it up. Pour it up.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Mama's Cocktail Hour. Come on in. Get your cannabis, get your coffee, get whatever your poison is, and get your butt in here. I've been gone for a minute. I was actually sick with the stomach bug, so be careful. Make sure you're washing your hands. Just make sure you taking care of yourself because that shit took me out. Okay, so let's get into it. If you guys have not checked out, there is some Kim Porter news going on, and you know your girl had to bring you the real. Okay, so now this is exclusive. If you guys do not know, there are 2 Diddy documentaries coming out. Okay, one is coming out on Peacock, and the other, I believe, is coming out maybe 2 weeks after that. I'm not sure of the platform, but I will put it in the comments. But there are 2 Diddy documentaries coming out. I think Peacock was the one that freaking opened up the door, and now I bet you there's going to be so many Diddy documentaries coming. As soon as Peacock was like, you know what? Let's not give you a Tubi special. Let's not give you some whack shit. Let's give you some hot shit. Let's put it all together. So shout out to Peacock for the documentary that's coming out, I believe on, let me check my calendar because you know your girl got it on here, January 14th. Okay, there is a Diddy documentary coming out on Peacock, so don't be sure to check that out. Put your calendars out so that you can see it. We're going to be talking about it here on Mama's, but let's jump into the tea. Okay, so it looks like I'll Be Sure is on one of these documentaries. Okay, so an exclusive source, and I found this article on Why Entertainment, okay, is saying that on this documentary, I'll Be Sure exposes Diddy, not only in the nefarious things that he did to him, but also what he did to Kim, okay? We have been waiting for this, guys. We have been waiting for somebody, whether it be Kimora Lee Simmons, whether it be I'll Be Sure, whether it be Quincy, whether it be the twins, anybody to confirm. And what I mean, not like Diddy bias, right? We are waiting for somebody to come out and explain the validity on whether or not Kim Porter wrote this book, okay? Courtney Burgess, love the dude, he's great, but he has just recently said that he is no longer going to be putting out the Kim Porter book. I don't know what that means. Chris Todd, shout out to Chris Todd, he's really dope. He is no longer working on that project. I think he's going to be working on something on his own. So let's, stay tuned for that. But there has been really no clarification. Okay. The streets have been arguing. We have like quotes from her best friend saying she would never write a book. And I've already told you guys on previous videos. So if you have not checked out any of my other Kim Porter stuff, please go on my channel right now and do so. Or click this notification right up here and it'll bring you to one of my videos, okay? So if you guys don't know, there has been all this back and forth. I'm going to be completely honest. I didn't believe any of her friends, not because I don't feel like it's valid, but I think that it's because Diddy has so much pull, right? How quick is it for Diddy to get to one of her close friends and pay them off, allegedly, and be like, yo, don't say shit, right? So right now we have to be very just like have your eyes wide open when it comes to like who's coming out and who's saying what. But one person who has been coming out from inception and basically saying that Diddy was a monster regardless of all the power that he had is I'll Be Sure. Okay, so let's clap for this man, because even a couple of days after Kim dying, he puts up this post where he talks about she was running from something. Do you guys remember that? Okay. We have to there's so much Diddy shit going on that I feel like we need to recap. Like the other day I was on YouTube doing research and there was people who were actually recapping shit. And I was like, it's so needed. It is so needed in this realm. And the reason why is because Diddy has done so much shit, allegedly, right? We don't know. But he's done there's so many allegations out there. We don't know. We tend to forget the things that are out there because it's so saturated, okay? One of the things that are out there that I totally forgot about that I wanted to bring to this table is that there is a lawsuit, okay, with I believe a 10-year-old boy stating that he was like in a casting couch situation with Diddy and he was like allegedly R-worded. I was like, I remember that, right? But then when you get reminded of this shit, you're like, this man is demonic, right? This man is capable of anything. So let's just keep that there. Keep that in your mind. Know that he was powerful. Know that he's capable of anything. And let's get into what I'll Be Sure is saying allegedly on this documentary about Kim Porter, her memoir, her diary, her book, whatever the F you want to call it, right? Let's get into what he's actually saying. It says Kim Porter's ex, I'll Be Sure, has come forward to claim she kept a secret diary detailing her experiences with Sean Diddy Combs. Porter and AI dated and had a son before Diddy, and Diddy made an aggressive play for her with luxury vacations and a celebrity lifestyle. However, she still allegedly confided in Al about the battle rapper's escapades, making him promises not to speak up because she feared for his life. I'll Be Sure also sparked speculation that Kim Porter may have explosive secrets about the rap mogul, okay? This is not something new, guys. This is hot on the press, and this is very interesting, and I guess we're going to see it play out on the documentary. But I'll Be Sure has been saying, and I will give him that, he has been saying that Kim was running from something. Like I said, he said that on his first initial Instagram post that he posted after she died. He had been saying that she was running from something. He told her to call the FBI, and then he subsequently after took that post down, okay? So it says in a new Peacock documentary, so it looks like this is coming out in the Peacock documentary, that dives into the life of hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs is set to stream next week, and damning allegations in the trailer are already causing a stir. In the upcoming tell-all titled Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy. That's such a fucking great title, by the way. It's such a great title, The Making of a Bad Boy, right? Several of the embattled rappers' associates and friends were interviewed, and they made several explosive claims. According to the Daily Mail, Kim Porter's ex-boyfriend, rapper I'll Be Sure, claimed the series that she did actually keep a diary wherein she detailed Diddy's perverted sex life, although her children have often denied it. In the video, Al says, she began to confide in me. She said something's not right. His soul has completely gone dark. Like he's just not there. She made me promise on her son's life not to reveal anything because she was in complete fear of my life. Al added, what I do know is that before her death, she was keeping a diary. Someone got the passcode to her phone and computer and found out what she was writing and what was going on behind closed doors. And so it just goes back to show everything that he was saying or he initially said can be true. Okay. This is why everybody has been waiting for I'll Be Sure to either drop his docuseries because he said he was going to be dropping a documentary on his life. We're still waiting for that. But I think it's very, very interesting that he is finally coming out and telling us exactly what he meant when he said that Kim was running from something. And it makes sense now, right? If Kim was running from the possibility of being able to have this in case, or she was fearing for her life, so she wrote a book or a diary or a memoir, whatever the hell you guys want to call it, right? She wrote it to ensure her safety and possibly told I'll Be Sure about it because maybe, and just hear me out, guys, maybe he was the only one that she can trust, right? Can you really trust your friends with this if you feel like they could be bought? And could you really trust people around you when you know that the person that you were dating has so much money, so much power, that they are willing to maybe deceive you, stab you in the back, do whatever for a quick bag? Okay, I personally feel that Kim Porter would not have been sharing the book with anybody other than Al B. Shore. And the reason why I feel like she would have shared that information with Al is because she knew that the hate for Diddy was mutual. And I feel like she felt like there was no way that he would deceive her, right? So to me, it feels very valid that Albie would have known this information prior to her dying. And all the friends are like, I never knew. She would never do that. Well, let's be real, guys. How many things do you keep from your friends, right? How many things? And if it's something that you know is so detrimental, like either they can die if they have this information, or you could possibly be unalived if you had this information, why would you share it, right? Nobody's looking at the bigger picture. Of course, all her friends are going to be like, yo, I didn't know, because she would never have put them in that situation, especially if she knew that that situation was so dire. Okay, they're just giving us some background. They said Al and Porter, we know this, right, began dating in the 1980s. Okay, before welcoming their son, Quincy Brown, in 1991. However, what transpired between them is not entirely known, as the model began dating Diddy around 1994 before they split in 2007. In his appearance in the documentary, Al expressed his disdain for the bad boy for life rapper for stealing Porter from him, even though they were friends and co-workers at the infamous label Uptown Records. There's an OG rule. This is what Al says, guys. There's an OG rule. If you're my brother and between you and your wife something happens, she's off limits. He said before going to recount how Diddy made a pass at her one day she was in the studio with baby Quincy. He looked over and saw this really beautiful girl, and she was holding this really beautiful baby. And he said, hey man, I wish I had a beautiful girl like that, Al explains. Throughout their on and off again relationship, Porter and Diddy welcomed 3 children, Christian King Combs, and twins Jesse and Delilah. The Finna Get Loose rapper also adopted Al's son, Quincy Brown. Recounting how Diddy was instrumental in his being portrayed as an absent father, Al claims that Diddy did not formally adopt Quincy. Okay, this is the first time, guys, that he is addressing the Quincy propaganda that's going out there. He said that he did not formally adopt Quincy, and he's calling the whole thing propaganda. There's no adoption, Al claims. There's no letter to my father. All crafted by a publicist. If you hadn't noticed, his name is still Brown. Puffy wasn't too happy about anyone who had a relationship with Kimberly. Al then explained that due to an apparent rift between him and Diddy, Porter tried to protect him and told him not to get involved, or he will be killed. Not only was she trying to save me, but she was also putting her own life in danger. Porter eventually wound up dead in 2018, with a coroner report tagging the cause of death of pneumonia. However, Al remains unconvinced that Diddy's hands are clean in relation to it. In the documentary, he claims that Porter was murdered as she wanted to blow the lid off the entire situation and bring Diddy down. His remarks come months after contents of a fake diary that an author on Amazon claimed to be Porter's made headlines last year, as it described unsettling episodes of violence and threesomes. In it, Porter alleges that she discovered tapes of Diddy making out with both male and female musicians and rappers, including an 18-year-old pop star that went mainstream. Okay. So that's it for the actual juicy stuff in the document. I hate that people don't really talk about what really happens in the book. as I look here for the book so I can show you guys. Where is it? It's right here. Let me just pop it out of my library. Here is the most talked about book in America. Okay? It is only 59 pages. And just for shits and giggles, right? Let's read the last page of the diary, because it ties into this article and what Kim wanted to be out there, okay? Allegedly, because people will be like, y'all don't know. But okay, guys, call a spade, put some shit together, okay? It doesn't take a rocket scientist to kind of put the pieces to the puzzle. Let's read the last paragraph of her diary, memoir, book, whatever the F you want to call it. As I sit here waiting for the ambulance, I'm writing this chapter and praying that I make it to the hospital. I don't feel like writing anymore. I may not be here to see the print. It's okay. I'm sending it out. He won't get away with this. I will have my say, my final words. Sean Combs will get exposed, even if I lose my life doing it. My kids have always been my most cherished possessions. I want the world to know, that. But most importantly, I want them to know. And that's the end. This book is way more than exposing Diddy just making out with some males, as Y Entertainment stated, okay? This book goes into a lot of the things that we see that are playing out right now in the lawsuits. She talks about her own form of freak-offs. She doesn't call it freak-offs, but she does talk about how there is many claims in here of SA. She talks about domestic violence. She talks about him allegedly offing people when, he ever found out that she was dating somebody. He was very overprotective of her. Even though he was dating Cassie, even though he was dating so many girls, and if we can know now, he was having all these freak-offs weekly, he still did not want Kim Porter to move on, okay? And don't say that that doesn't happen, because I just seen something the other day while I was scrolling on Instagram where it was talking about this guy who ended up killing his girlfriend because she moved on, okay? This happens every day. We see episodes of Snapped every day. I just feel like we are finally getting closer to the truth. And I am going to be watching this Peacock documentary. I'm going to be analyzing it, and I'm going to bring all the tea back here. So if you guys have not checked out any of my other videos, please do so. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It is your girl, Zaida Lisa, and I will catch you guys on the next video.
Cocktail hour, so pour it up. Pour it up.